Stop putting words in my mouth. Put something else in your mouth if you know what I mean. Hello, and welcome back to My Stalker. This is a Yandere dating sim in which you are being stalked by one of the most handsome guys in your university. However, you're just as bad as he is. Let's get started. So, quick recap of part 1. There's actually 2 major branching routes. One of them was when you study with him and you end up getting locked at the school overnight, and then you spend the night together, and this is the next morning. The other one is when you actually go back to your friend Marcy's house and stay with her overnight because her boyfriend Dan abandoned her, and then when you wake up you find out that she's been killed. That was pretty wild. But let's start with the Arthur route first. The night passed quickly enough, and by daylight, I was struggling to stay awake. Will you be okay walking back? The new sprites are cute. I do, however, miss Alice's art style though. I really like the kind of like Korean manhwa style. Yeah, thank you so much. I'll be bunkering down to get shit done for the rest of the week. If you need anything, I'll call you. Thank you, Arthur. Arthur lived in a different direction. He was in the same apartment complex as Dan. Most students who could afford it lived there. I lived in a shared house, though my housemates had gone home. Other courses had finished months ago. I was the only one studying this late into the school year. On my walk home, I became acutely aware of someone following me. How many times had he done that? It was quite embarrassing that I only realized just now. I really was out of practice. The moment I got into my room, I plugged in my phone to my laptop. I want to know exactly what Arthur had put on my phone. Still, it's exciting. I never had a stalker before. 2 days. Holy shit. 2 days? Why are you freaking out? I'm not freaking out. You're not great at hiding how you feel. That's bullshit. You keep staring off into space. I could control my face just fine. But it seemed like blanking out was something I need to get under control. It's 2 days. I can't fail, Arthur. You won't. Easy for you to say. You're dashing, charming, beautiful, and annoying. This is not the time. Last time I called you handsome, you freaked out. Now you're acting all high and mighty. You caught me off guard. Won't happen again. That's not fair. You were too cute. I'm trying to help you study. Stop getting distracted. Shit, you're right. What were we doing? If we get distracted and fail, I will actually cry. Don't cry. We should go touch grass. Touch grass? I thought studying with a smartass would help me. I should have known he's more unserious than I am. Please? He's too handsome. I hate this. Fine. See? Fresh air helps. I want to die. Fresh air. My eye twitched. Fresh air. I took a deep breath reluctantly. I hated how beautiful the world looked. Why am I so edgy? The weather should have been mindful. Couldn't it see I was stressing out? See? The world is beautiful, even if you don't pass. Don't jinx it. If you pass but not really, the world still spins. And there's resits next month anyway. I know that logically, but I still don't want to fail. It's not the end of the world if I fail, but I really want to be a doctor. Do I? I don't. Those are some long hours. If I fail, I'll have to fight. I don't want to. What's wrong? Is there something else? Something you're not telling me? Your dad is a conglomerate big shot. You don't need to be in med school, so why are you here? I'm not here for any particular reason. I just like learning. I might actually study law after this. It looks pretty cool. What? So you're just doing this for fun? That's very privileged. Of course. What did I expect? I just need to finish this once and for all and move on. I know you feel I won't understand you, but if you don't tell me what's wrong, I'll never understand. I hate when he's right, but it's ironic. He talks as though he wasn't looking through my windows last night. I don't even live on the ground floor. I wonder if he learned to climb vines as a child. It's like my little secret. Our little secret. Arthur, do you know your tracking device is quite old-fashioned? Newer models are harder to detect. How long will you pretend to be innocent? If I go home, I'll have to fight. Fight who? My brothers. I fiddled with my fingers. Talking to anyone about this was uncomfortable. Marcy already knew about my family, but that's only because our mother was the Madam Red. Madam Red knew everything that happened in the underworld. She had eyes everywhere. If Dan wasn't careful and Marcy went back to her mother for help, his life would be in danger. Well, good. Let his life be in danger. That guy sucks. You must love them quite a lot. Who? Your brothers. I suppose. Love was something I didn't understand. I would kill for them. I suppose that's love. You have siblings? I'm an only child. Really? Don't conglomerate families normally have many children? He seemed amused by my words. You know about my family. Do you think I live under a rock? You're Arthur Phillips. It's hard to not know you. Most people didn't know just how wealthy the Phillips family was. If I was poor, I'd date you just for the money. I mean, I wouldn't mind. You're crazy. I don't care for money. Dating someone who's obsessed with you is a better idea. Why do you say that? Ooh. He's like, do you know something? Do you know something you're not telling me? They can never leave you. They'd do anything for you. And you can shape them however you want. Look at him blush, he knows. You can also... My voice trailed off when I realized how much of a red flag I was being. I'm only joking, of course. Of course. His eyes seemed darker. He liked what I said. I had to stop my excitement from growing. If I didn't control myself this time, I would ruin him just like Jeremy. So, back to studying. Do you want to go back? No, I want you to force me to kiss you. Wait, no! No. Born to tease handsome men forced to study. Yeah, we can kiss with consent. Unlike you, I might actually fail. Men like Arthur had 3 specific traits that drew me to them. Obsession, intelligence, submission. Luckily, I love to play with my food before eating. 2 days came and quickly, soon enough, I found myself nearly passing out from anxiety in front of the exam hall. Girl, what are you wearing? I looked down at my clothes. A hoodie and flare leggings? She gave me a judging look. I returned it with an exasperated eye roll. Comfort over looks this time. I can't afford to fail the exam. Still, doesn't mean you should let yourself go. What do you mean? I wore like pajamas to university. Let's just go. If I replied with an argument, my brain would lose more brain cells than I could afford. The exam site was packed with people. Considering it was a national exam, it made sense to see people from other colleges. I said goodbye to Marsha, since she was in another room, and headed to find mine. Yandere? He smiled as he came over to me. I immediately smelled the faint scent of cigarettes and my nose scrunched up as I took an immediate step back. What's wrong? He looked at me like I had done something unspeakably unsettling. You smell like smoke. Just stay away. I don't want to use my inhaler today. As cute as you look right now, I can't risk failing. I have bigger issues than your stupidly handsome face. Good luck with your exam, Arthur. I ran away quickly. The exam room was filled with rows of desks. Each desk had a candidate number on it, and I quickly found mine. Once the exam started, I focused on the questions, my mind racing through everything I had studied. I hate exams. They scare me. I always get nervous. The first section was multiple choice, and I breezed through it confidently. The second section required longer written answers, so I took my time to organize my thoughts before writing. Each question seemed to blend into the next, and I quickly lost track of time. Once it was over, the students poured out of their rooms, and so did I, feeling lighter than ever. Did I remember what I wrote? No. Am I glad that it was over? Definitely. I spotted Marsha in the crowd looking beautiful as ever, despite the stress of the exam. She waved at me, a wide smile on her face. Yinny, how'd it go? Fingers crossed I might actually pass. I knew you could do it. Let's celebrate. I've got plans and you're coming with me. And what now? I can't. I need to tell my parents about the exam. Knowing my dad, he'll be calling soon. Fine. I'll call you later, alright? I waved goodbye to her and found a quiet spot to wait. Like clockwork, 10 minutes after the exam, I received a call. That's weird. Unknown caller. The only time my dad used an unknown caller ID is if security was compromised. Hello? Dad? Of all nicknames, you know I hate Daddy the most. It's just this son of a bitch. Why are you calling? If it wasn't for my dad's call, I never would have answered. We need to talk. No! I cut the call immediately, but before I could even blink, another call was coming through. This one I wanted to answer even less. Hello? Mom? Have you lost your mind? Her voice was so loud that I had to pull my phone away from my face. I told you, I have a really big exam in a few weeks, remember? I'm in the library. I lied through my teeth. I didn't want to go home just yet. Dad knew my actual exam timetable. He was fine with me staying behind. Don't play sly with me. You were meant to meet Jeremiah 3 hours ago. You have to be freaking kidding me. Shut up, Mom. Do you know the family head was enraged? How are you going to fix this? Your dad is really angry too. I rolled my eyes, not caring for her tantrums. Dad definitely wasn't mad. I was more worried about Jeremy. I knew him well enough and he was crazy. What about Jeremy? How did he react? Jeremiah? He's been very magnanimous about this. He hasn't complained much. He's such a good kid. Why don't you just... Shut up, Mom. Look, Mom, I need to go now. I'll talk later. Love you, bye. I cut the call immediately. Jeremy acting magnanimous. I wasn't born yesterday. I returned to the unknown caller and sighed before ringing again. He picked up after one ring. What do you want? Gun range next week? I'll pick you up. I grit my teeth. Remind me next week. I cut the call and sighed. One problem after another. Yinny. I forced a smile as I turned to meet Arthur. Hey, how'd it go? I want to just go home and lie down with some ice cream. Are you okay? My heart skipped a beat. Yeah, why? You're making that face again. What face? Like you're about to hit something. Is this a new insult? I've not heard it before. He laughed, taking a step forward. He didn't smell like smoke anymore. Let's go get ice cream. I really want to just go home. Alright. Are you sure? You don't look great. I don't feel great. How about we just go to yours? I can make us pizza. I was stunned for a moment, but slowly, a smile crept up my face. I like that. What last? Did I have a man in my kitchen? I should consider hiring a chef. A handsome one. Sorry, I don't have an apron. It's okay, I'll be careful. It was nice to see that he knew what he was doing, though I was curious if he would add something interesting to my food. It should be easy enough for him to buy sleeping tablets. Girl, you did not have your priorities straight. I have a good enough tolerance, so I'd be able to enjoy most of it. I left him to his devices, curious, expectant. I want to see how far a depraved man would go with a helpless maiden like me. Look, maybe we should kick his ass. This is bad. I'm getting excited. I'm a freak! Hehe. I gotta wait for the dough to rise a bit. Okay, and while we're waiting for that, maybe something else of yours can rise, if you know what I mean? Did you do it? Did you try the pizza? I so badly want to know. So, how was the exam? You never told me. I guess he was anxious for me. It's kinda cute. I think I actually did okay on that exam. At least I won't have to seduce the professor for a retake. Girl! That was never an option. What? His reaction was surprisingly straightforward. Are you my academic advisor? I couldn't help but laugh. No, just someone who knows you're smart. You don't need a plan B. I hate to say it, but he does make me feel better. He's crazy smart, and he believes I can do it. I should trust him, even if I can't believe it myself. Thanks, Arthur. I simply acknowledge the fact. You still get easily flustered, and this is bad. I really want to tease him. I want to force him over the edge. I want him cornered, sobbing, begging. Wow, I mean, yeah, you know, just kind of onto something. His tears would look so pretty, so true. My heart was restless. I didn't even compliment you this time. Why are you blushing? It seemed like you react to any positive attention from any girl. That's not true. Oh? What other compliments have you gotten? How rude. Don't they know he's not someone they can talk to so casually? No one. I don't usually talk to people. Oh, that's good. Good. I didn't elaborate. If you talk to a lot of people, it made my life difficult. I know we're waiting for the dough, but you wanna watch a movie in the meantime? Sure. Cheesy rom-com, or let's watch a horror movie. The man had nothing to say. Maybe he knew my movie tastes were crazy good. I put on the show and we sat together watching. Unfortunately, my eyes grew heavy quickly. I was hungry, but that exam had knocked me out. Speaking of hungry, I am also hungry. I want a toasty. I didn't even realize when I slept. Yinny? There was no reply. Did she really fall asleep with the amount of gore on the screen? Somehow it's not surprising. Arthur tried to keep watching the movie. He really did. Oh no, is he gonna do something? Is he gonna spin his heavenly pillow around? But there was one problem. Crap. I had a habit of wearing oversized sweaters at home. The issue for him now was my cleavage. Should I wake her up? He contemplated his options. Fail? What does it mean by fail? Ignore it. Ignore it? Just one. He glances down. His throat feels tight, unbearably so. He forces his breathing to remain even. He shifts slightly, angling away, but it doesn't help. You're too close. It's unfair. You plague my thoughts at night, and now this? His restraint. His precious, fragile, practically non-existent restraint is cracking. I'm too close, too soft. My scent is everywhere and it's all-consuming. I'm pressed up against him, and he tenses. His what? Hey, yo! His wimwam pulses, and he bites his lip. He tries to be quiet, and to his credit, he is. His hand shifts under the blanket, covering the both of us. What are you doing? He holds in the groan that threatens to escape. As he fandangles the heavenly pillar. Jeez. I'm right there. Can I see it? How long has he dreamt of being this close? He made it this far, and he couldn't even touch me. It was bitterly unfair. He wanted me. He wanted all of me, and he had my fingers around his neck. He needed me to look at him with disgust, to scoff at how pathetic he was, and to laugh at him. Yinny, he let my name slip from his lips. I wanted to hear him beg. But not now. I groaned as I sat up. He panicked, removing his hand. I had no intention of letting him get away with this, but I considered his audacity quite endearing. He's a freaking pervert, and it excited me. What? Sorry, did I fall asleep? No, it's fine. His voice was uncharacteristically high. His dagger. His dagger was right there under the blanket. Yep, there it is. Right there. If I decided to stand, his cover would be completely blown, and he knew it. I really wanted to torture him. Are you gonna check on the pizza? My question was innocent enough, but the fear in his eyes was exhilarating. I'm a little cold. Can I take the blanket with me? Uh-huh. No, you may not. Come on, show everybody the thing. I raised a brow, amused. I'll go take a shower. It'll help me wake up. I let him sit while I left. I wondered just how scared and excited he felt. I was this close to catching him. It was exciting. Seeing him so flustered. I really wanted to eat him whole. This is bad. I told myself not to get obsessed again. But I can't help it. I really want to break him. I'm just as shitty. Arthur was surprisingly good at cooking considering his background. How is it? It's actually good. I'm a bit surprised. It's honestly so good. I knew you'd like it. Feel better? I nod my head. Excitement aside, I feel lighter. Hey, Arthur. Yeah? Thanks for everything. I'm glad. You're hard to please. No, I'm not. I'm very easy to please. I'll have you know. I know. And you're hard to talk to. No, I'm not. Hey, watch it. But if not you, there's not really anyone else I'd rather please. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel anything. I really wanted to kiss him, but I felt too shy. Ironic, isn't it? Why is he looking at me like that? Hey, I wanted to ask. Sorry, 1 second. Ill-timed phone call. Hello? Hey, Yinny. Are you free by any chance? I glanced by Arthur. A little. Is everything okay? Can you come to Dan's place? Please? I looked up at Arthur. What's going on at your apartment? Dan's having a party. I turned back to Marcy. I can come and pick you up. Is that what you need? Yeah, thanks. I have a feeling she's lying. She cut the call. I hope you don't mind. Why would I? Just give me a second, I'll clean up. I got dragged to a party after all. Oh god, it's loud. I hate parties. Wow. Wow was all I could think. I was clearly out of practice to get so overwhelmed by a small house party. I pushed through the bodies hoping to find Marcy. Yiddy! She didn't look drunk. I'm here. Let's get you home. What's with that expression? Wait, did something happen? Marcy? Look who's here. Ew! I hate this guy. Hey, we've been wondering if you'd ever arrive. We? I tried to look at Marcy, but she wouldn't look at me. She was shaking terribly. I knew my situation was strange, but the only thing I could think of in that moment was, what did he do to Marcy? Marcy was confident she was beautiful, but she looked terrified. I'm just surprised to see you. I thought you were too good for this kind of thing. I don't remember you inviting me. I spit, irritated. I was ready to turn around and leave, but I couldn't leave Marcy. Really? But Marcy asked you, didn't she? I looked at Marcy confused and she only avoided my gaze. You know what? I bet you're just shy. Maybe we should help you loosen up. You come close to me and you'll be missing a hand. What? Come here, you need nuh-uh. Hell no, get away from me. Do I need to arm myself? A lion said I need to hold something and defend myself with it. I felt my eye twitch. Who did he think he was? Did he take me for a dog? Come on, don't be like that. You showed up, didn't you? Might as well have some fun. I wish more than anything I had my gun with me. I would have blown his stupid little head off. Breathe. Don't snap. He tried to grab my arm. Nuh-uh, it's weapon time. I'm armed and I'm dangerous. Stay away from me. Go away. Away. Could you not? Oh, thank God. I've never been so happy to have Arthur around me. Arthur cuts in, taking my hand in his. Dude, what the hell? Yeah, how do you like them apples, huh? Off limits. Fine. This man confuses me. He has a girlfriend and he clearly hates me, but he insists on wasting his time pissing me off. One day he'll wake up with no whim-wham. It won't be my fault, but I would delight heavily in his misfortune. Yeah, that we can agree with. Are you alright? I'm not taking Marcy back tonight, am I? I'm sorry. Bitterly disappointing. It's okay. It's our final year anyway. I don't need her anymore. I feel stuffy. I'll leave. I'll walk you home. No, have a good night. There's very few people I would allow to see me cry. Arthur was not one of them. I slept terribly. I feel like shit. I'm coming. I rushed to open the door. My eyes were red and I looked a mess. It was the worst possible time for him to come here. I know I said next week, but something told me you'd be free today. Do I have to bring the Keyblade back? Why are they not staying away from me? Go away! Something told you or someone told you. What would you do without me? Away! I slammed the door in his face. Okay, good. Chapter 2 ends here. Thank you for playing. Oh, is that all of Chapter 2? I'm gonna try and go and explore some of the other options and see if we get anything. Let's see what happens when we're not as nice about his food. We'll just say it's alright. It's alright. Shit. I tried to practice a bit last week. I must have done something wrong. Practice? For me? Now I feel bad for bluffing. Gosh, I was joking. It's one of the best slices of pizza I've ever had. You are a bad liar. I'm literally not. I was trained to lie. There's no way you could ever find me out. If you actually like it, why not give me a reward? If you say that, I will think dirty thoughts. You should be careful what you wish for. Oh, try me. He was cocky. I didn't hate it. I took a step forward, letting my fingers trace the seams of his hoodie. Kneel. What? It takes him a moment to react, as though he isn't sure I'm being serious. I really hate to repeat myself. What is that? His jaw clenched, hands flexing at his sides, and after a beat, he drops to the floor. As expected, someone kneeling is ultimately the best. I raised my hand, passing it through his hair. My hand ruffled it playfully as if this was just a game. There you go. Now you can stand up. Happy with your reward? I can't believe you think that counts as a reward. I burst into giggles. I had other things in mind, but I was sure he wouldn't want to hear them. He probably does want to hear them. Alright, then we get the call from Marcy. Alright, what if we say his food is the worst thing I've ever had? I said this as I scarfed down the rest of my food. You're terrible. I'm vile, I know. Try not to choke. I don't remember any of my first aid. What, did your skull empty out after the exam? Well, something like that. Or is it because I'm too distracting? Wow, you really just said that with your chest. My chest? Weird observation. Stop putting words in my mouth. Put something else in your mouth if you know what I mean. Woohoo! What words? You know what I mean. I wasn't wrong. Your eyes are struggling to stay on my face right now. Fine, fine, forgive me, oh great Lord Arthur. I really can't be angry. Never at you. Really, no matter what I do. You look like you're gonna try and piss me off. Language. I would never. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, then we get the call. Alright, what if we go back to when he's, doing the thingy? Steal a glance, just one. He tried to resist, he really did. But his imagination could not compare to the real thing. His eyes betrayed him for a fraction of the second, but 1 second was enough to get excited. Damn it. Wow! I mean, I'm flattered. His throat felt dry. He shifted slightly to make himself less obvious. Everything felt so much worse. He had become hyper-aware of my warmth pressing against his side. And he exhaled slowly. God, if you wake her up, I will convert tomorrow. The poor man had no choice but to wait. Alright, and then I wake up. Alright, last option then. Make him stay still. This is fine, completely fine, nothing to acknowledge, just endure it. But then I shift very slightly, enough of my sweater to drop. Arthur clenched his jaw, staring daggers into the screen. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. His fingers twitched against his knee. His back is covered in cold sweat. Wake up, please. Did I fall asleep? Okay, and then I just wake up. But yeah, that's all there is for Marry My Stalker Day 2. Thank you so much for coming along with this adventure with me. Find it interesting that Arthur is kind of taking more of a timid, inexperienced, obsessive yandere kind of vibe, as opposed to someone who is a bit more experienced. I'll be interested to see how it plays out. Because at first, I thought he would be a lot more forward and a lot more scary, but I think he's like genuinely just obsessed and fascinated, and he's quite timid. You're the one who's actually the scary one. It'll be cool to see how this pans out. But thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did like it, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. If you want to hang out and chat outside of videos, I stream on Twitch 3 times a week. Feel free to come over and hang out with me in the community. And also, if you want to get exclusive playthroughs, access to my spicy art, and also sneak previews of games that I am currently making, my Patreon is linked in the description box and in the comments below. Thank you so much again. And until next time, take care.